recent release out in the last month or two.
Excellent.
So we'll be looking at that. And we should let you know that if you're listening on WHUPFM.org, that is great. But if you would like to see some video, Bob, where do they go for that?
Catch the live stream at WHUP Pass the Hat at WHUP Pass the Hat on all of your favorite streaming services. And your favorite streaming services are Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Again, that's at WHUP Pass the Hat.
And the videos will be archived by YouTube and Facebook forever. Twitch, I think, for a shorter period of time. And we have the last 8 years of bands here, over 1,000 visitors here in the studio that we have the audio on WHUPFM.org. Hit shows, scroll down to Pass the Hat. And we have about the last 3 years of videos, Bob, out there on Facebook and YouTube.
All kinds of good stuff. Y'all get out there and look and watch and stay tuned right now because we've got the Mood Kings here in the studio, y'all.
Well, guys, we met you on the steps and appreciate you driving over from Charlotte, most of you anyway. How was the drive? Is it not so easy on a Friday?
It's a little wet.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Rain, a lot of rain, yeah.
No rain here today.
Well, just a little sprinkle. You know.
And you found parking somewhere in Hillsborough?
We did.
Somewhere.
Well, we're delighted that you're here. We'll learn all about the band and your recent adventures here in a minute. But in case we didn't warn you, we'd just like to jump in and play a song. So whatever you'd like to play, we'd love to hear.
It's a song called 20 Years Gone.
Hurricane came and everything changed. The water kept the rise and washed the little town away. And every night she has the same old dream about a different time and place that she's never been. You know what I mean. But too much time is gone and it won't be there. Your bird is flown and the world has broken your back. You look around and see that you're all alone. You look around and then you say, 20 years gone. Well, bless her little soul and pass the ammunition. She wished upon a star, but don't call the superstitious, no. When all is said and done, there'll be more said and done. And everything inside her screams, drop everything and run, oh no. It's easier said than done. Too much time is gone and it won't be there. Your bird is flown and the world has broken your back. You look around and say that you're all alone. You look around and then you say 20 is gone. 20 is gone. 20 is gone. 20 is gone. Did you stop to think about it? Or did you think you'd never ever live without it? Live without it. But too much time is gone and it won't be there. Your blood is flown and the world has broken your back. You look around to see that you're all alone. You look around to see 20 is gone. 20 is is gone. 20 is gone. 20 is gone. 20 is gone. She keeps on pushing up, there's nothing left to quit. 20 is gone. She's trying to live and live and live. 20 is gone. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. 20 is gone. And it's never coming back. 20 is gone.
All right, everybody. You can say we got a great hour ahead of us here in the studio with the Mood Kings. Great song, guys.
Thank you.
And let's see, Herman, you want to introduce the band for us?
Sure. To my left, we have the illustrious, well-skilled, and highly educated, never duplicated.
What's his name?
We call him Kid A. Andrew on the keys. He's the newest member of the Mood Kings. We love him so. On the back here, on the drums, making a lot of noise and keeping the rhythm going, Mr. Mark Schwartz. And back here to my right, you may remember him from the What's Going Down episode of That's My Mama.
That's my mama.
But we know him well as Joe the Policeman in the What's Going Down episode of That's My Mama.
Part 2.
Joey Townsend on bass and vocals. My name's Herman.
Well, that's by far the best band introduction, Bob, we've had this year at least.
Yeah, we had a discussion over email about giving the drummer a microphone, and I overruled. And I said, "Look, we don't have enough microphones, so sorry about that."
But you can have Herman's microphone.
I'll gladly give it up.
Well, guys, we're going to talk about your release, Patches of Blue, here in a minute because it's creating some waves. In fact, you got a number of really nice videos out on your website. You've won some awards in different competitions and things. But tell us first about the music scene down in Charlotte. It's around here, Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill, Greensboro. It is thriving, meaning we've got lots of music and not really enough places for everybody to play. What's it like down there?
Want me to take that one? Oh,
Joey will take that one.
So, interesting thing about the Mood Kings is that being childhood friends for about, 40 plus years.
Wow.
We are actually geographically located all across North Carolina.
Huh.
So when we became a band again, we knew we were going into something where we were going to travel to rehearse. So all the songwriting we do are from our different locations. Andrew and Mark here coming out of Boone, North Carolina. Hello to our Boone friends.
One of my most favorite places in the world.
It's mighty fine, right?
My stepsister is town attorney there right now.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
So if you need a good lawyer, which you probably will.
Maybe after this. And then Herman's in Hope Mills, Fayetteville area. But we all grew up in a small little town in southeast North Carolina called Lumberton.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And grew up there, became friends there, played music there, and then went off and had careers and families. And then phone call 7 or 8 years ago, Mark said, "I'm moving to Boone, come help." We hadn't seen each other in forever. Sat on a porch with some guitars. Next thing you know, the Mood Kings.
Well, you're booking yourself as Charlotte-based anyway, even if
We
that's
do.
that's a lie. That's
It looks good on paper.
But
It looks good on
the
paper.
nice thing is that because you're touching different parts of the state, you know about places to play different parts of the state.
And that's what we work for. And Charlotte is
And you
a
live in
home
Charlotte,
to
too.
us, and that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Is Charlotte area, and that's where our recording studio is. That we go in and we did the record that came out before Patches of Blue and Dust and Bone. But everything we've recorded so far has been out of Charlotte. So we all convened there and recorded some music.
So
We're gonna-
quick show of hands.
Oh, there.
Yeah, everyone's
You
showing
might-
their hands. That's great.
Nice.
What is the
How
Very
question?
nice.
How many of y'all will admit to having been in a band with Glenn Jones? None of them.
Well, not a band, but
Oh,
You did
I'm
say
just-
it.
I'm
You
just
did say
asking because
admit to it.
Glenn Jones chimed in on the live stream saying, two of my favorite people, and I don't know if he means
I mean, y'all?
Kirk or y'all.
Yes.
well, all of us.
We're now 4 of his new favorite people.
Well, guys, we're going to talk about this recording experience here in a minute, but how about another song?
This is a song, semi-fictional,
Not so fictional.
based on true facts, but it's a song called Loretta.
This ends up being actually the first song we ever recorded.
Paint your eyes to hide the lies that no one knows. A lonely heart, a broken start, so gone home. What's done and you keep hurting, but share that smile. Here's a new one, another lost one, new old style. Always outside looking in, never works out your way. And I can see it in your eyes. One direction's all you know when things get hard on you. Oh, sweet Loretta. So you hold on tight, I wanna be a fighter, but still a slave. Will he miss me? A shot of whiskey to make you brave. Flip through pictures, read the scriptures, dry your tears. Eyes wide open, here's to hope and rest all your fears. One dimension, black and white, never works out your way. And I can see it in your eyes. One direction's all you know. I can tell you're gonna go. Whoa, sweet Loretta, where you going to? Down that road before, and it won't get you anywhere. Sweet Loretta, where you going to? The roads, they're all the same, and it will never bring you home. Oh no. It's hard to stop all your crying, to find out just where you've been, and save all the ill-provided, and find your way back again. Now one dimension, black and white, never was out that way. And I can see it in your eyes. One direction's all you know, and I can tell you got to go, but you have got to know. My sweet Loretta, you're going to and down that road before, and it won't get you anywhere. Sweet Loretta, where you going to? The roads, they're all the same, and it will never bring you home. Sweet Loretta, where you going to? Down that road before, and it won't get you anywhere. Sweet Loretta, where you going to? The roads, they're all
all the same. And it will never bring you home. No, no, it'll never bring you home. Never bring you home.
All right. Loretta from the Mood Kings off the CD, The Wonder of It All, right? That's right. And that's still available for purchase, download, all that stuff?
Correct, on all social media and download streaming platforms.
Now, you'd mentioned that you recorded around Charlotte or so. Where is that?
We got in contact with a highly recommended engineer for a recording studio. It's called Old House Studio.
Old House Studio.
And at that time, it was owned and run by a dear friend, now the late Chris Gargas, who we recorded the entire first record on. And subsequently, thinking we'd never get to record there again, it had been already pre-planned and turned over to another dear friend of ours now, Mr. Daniel Hodges, who is running the studio now. And Patches of Blue was our first recording with Daniel in that same studio. So went through a lot to get back in there, but we were so thrilled to be able to continue recording in what's home to us now in Charlotte.
Now, when you record, whether The Wonder of It All or the new release Patches of Blue, is that you do it track by track, you do it the whole band live, or
you
tell
get
us
kind
how
of
that...
a mix. What we customarily do is lay down what we're calling the basic tracks. So you'll hear drums, bass, probably one of the guitars, if we keep it, gets tracked, and then a scratch vocal. And that we do that as few times as possible, but it may take a few rounds to get it exactly the way we want it. And once we've laid that track in place, then we start overdubs, and that's when you get additional layering of guitars or solos or keys. And once we have all the subsequent, instruments to complete, the musical section of it, then we start with vocals and do a final vocal, and then the backups occur, and everybody sings. Well, Mark not so much, but everybody else sings and contributes heavily in the recording process. So you get to hear all the voices of everybody you see up here, and we love doing it. Like I said, it's home away from home every time we go in. We're sad to have to leave. So
One way you know, Bob, if you got a great band, is how they sound live. Anybody can sound pretty good there when they get in the studio with all that junk they can throw at it. You guys sound great live.
I wanted to point that out myself. It's reasonably easy to sound good in the studio, but here, in a recording studio. In this studio, it's a relatively small room, and you get no monitors, so you get minimal feedback of what you're sounding like. And you guys are complex because you're four-piece, you're playing multiple instruments and singing in harmony, and you're nailing it in this little room with no feedback. So, yay, you guys! What's up next?
Did we get the part? Incidentally, how is the volume? Is the guitar everything?
Everything. I asked our audience. They're saying it sounds good, and it sounds great in the headphones.
Yeah, Kim is the one that gets the feedback. She's running the board tonight.
I get to mix
If
tonight.
she's happy, everybody's
Okay.
happy.
So if I see a bad face out of you,
Kim, we
Kim,
want you
I'm
happy.
Everybody, if you want to keep up with the Mood Kings, buy their stuff they got on their store. Follow where they're going to be playing next, themoodkings.com.
Yes, sir.
Easy to find.
Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and for the old heads, you can go to MySpace. I think we might be on something.
Don't go
I'm
there.
an old head. I used
Friends.
MySpace.
If you go there, that's like the black hole. If you go there, you may not come out.
I think we'll do another one if that's cool.
Yeah, we would like for you to.
Okay. This is a song called This American Life. Not about the NPR show.
Which is a great show, by
It's
the
a
way.
great show. Well,
Well, I never thought it would come to this. The house, the wife, and 2 small kids. When you're young and dream of a better life, you count the time, but not the price. She said, I'm gonna go back and get my degree, 'cause this type of life, well, it ain't for me. I can be anything I wanna be. This American life gonna ruin me. Trying to make our way, but it don't seem right. Pushing, pulling through this American life. Pushing, pulling through this American life. I finally got a chance to follow my dreams. A little taco shop down on 5th and Green. It lasted 6 months, then I closed the doors, 'cause no one's got money for that anymore. I got a part-time job on the production line, but I threw my back out near quitting time. I got a handful of Oxy 5, 325, numbing my way through this American life. Why does living always feel like a fight? Pushing, pulling through this American life. Pushing, pulling through this American life. So sign your name on the dotted line, and everything will finally be alright. Your credit's good until the end of your life. You won't see it coming, but it's been here all this time. All this time, all this time, all this time. Trying to stay loose, but things are getting tight. Pushing, pulling through this American life. Pushing, pulling through this American life. Pushing, pulling through. Another year came and went on by, trying to survive this American life.
Yeah, we are having the best time here this Friday evening.
These are some fine songs. Tell us who's writing these songs.
Collectively, we all do, in some sense. We get a germ of an idea. We have a text stream that's probably, 8 years old now? So, it's so old we have to break it down and archive it and start it up again. And, I'll send out a snippet of a voice memo of a little guitar part, or Joey might send a lyrical idea, or Mark, and we'll kind of cobble things together. Sometimes it'll turn into something. Sometimes we'll put it on the back burner. But everything you're hearing here is stuff that started that way virtually, because we don't have a room to jam. So we'll do it through the text stream, and then when we get to rehearse, that's when we beat it into shape and see if it's worth continuing.
That's fairly unique. You're not supposed to use like an adverb with a. Anyway, that is unique to us, I think, or among
I'm
most.
not the English teacher. I don't know why you're looking at me.
Jeez. Among most of the groups who come in here, oftentimes we'll have, different people in the band will write the song and bring it in, and the band will enhance it a little bit. But true collaboration, I think, is rare. And I think the fact that you've known each other so long, you wouldn't be able to do that if you just met last week. So that's very cool. And it must be exciting to see the different ideas flow in and the song grow.
Yeah. Actually, the song you just heard, Mark wrote it. It wrote the lyrics. And because he's a drummer, he can't write a song like with what?
I was playing things with sticks.
He hits things with stick.
Anger stick.
But
He
he
also doesn't have a microphone to defend
right.
himself.
The lyrics were great, and so a melody came to me, and I started with that, and Joey chimed in, and so sometimes it's unexpected where the song's going to come, but if we feel it's something we can jump in the boat and write it down, then we'll do it. So.
Well, I noticed he's playing electronic drums, and they also have electronic drums that will play all the instruments now. So when you're ready, Mark, you can just go out on your own.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
We're counting the days for that.
On the other side of that spectrum, I did see Pat Metheny one time where he was traveling with a whole slew of instruments behind him on stage, and all he played was a guitar. But if he threw a switch, that guitar was playing the drums, or that guitar was playing the piano. So
Incredible.
it can go both ways.
Well, that guy was a wizard.
Yeah.
Is a wizard. Well, before the top of the hour, when we need to do a little announcements and things like that, I have time for one song we can piece in. So if you'd be so kind.
Sure. This is a brand new one. So new that Mark barely knows it, he says, but I know he's going to do great on it. This is
World premiere, just for you.
world premiere of this
At
song.
Pass the Hat.
So we haven't recorded this one, so this will be. So if it does fall apart, then hey, it's okay. This is called Baby Blue. Tugging at her sleeve and a tugging at her heart. The compromise of principles will end once she starts. She's watched the world bleed out, seen it bleed dry. Broken bones to a broken home, but her spirit's still alive. To the Almighty, but He's currently not in. This may be where she lives, but it sure ain't where she dies. And the storm clouds, they roll in, she's satisfied. Ooh, baby blue. She cries, ooh. Water in the ocean, eventually our waves, grains of sand are all in motion.
ocean. Ooh, baby, baby blue. She cries, ooh, baby, baby blue. Why are you blue, baby, baby blue? She is, ooh, baby, baby blue.
Hey, we made it through. It wasn't a train wreck.
WHUP, LP, Hillsboro. It's 7 o'clock, y'all. You're listening to the Mood Kings. We're resetting here for the top of the hour, and we do have a second hour sponsor, y'all. Hey, Kirk.
Hey, Bob.
We need a spokesmodel, so one of you, rock, paper, scissors. Who's going to do it?
I'll do it. I've always wanted to be a model. What am I modeling? that won't fit, sir. That will not fit.
Support for this second hour of Pass the Hat is sweetly provided by Matthews Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsboro, North Carolina, the finest in chocolate and chocolate accessories for all of your chocolate needs. And let's face it, we all have chocolate needs. Every guest here on Pass the Hat gets a chocolate gift from Matthews. Today is one of his famous dinner party chocolate bars. If you read the label on the back, you can tell us what's inside of it.
We have malted pecan, dark chocolate, pecans, malt balls. Yum.
Yeah. Matthew makes wonderful things. That is the freshest, the best chocolate you will ever have. And the nice thing about this one is you don't have to fight each other. Well, you can fight each other if you want to for it, but it breaks apart in little squares so that you can share if you're into sharing.
We are.
He educated us about those bars. He said they're called dinner bars so that you can split it after dinner. Also, he will tell you this. Make sure, and I'm sure it will get eaten, make sure you eat it within the next 2 to 3 weeks because his chocolate is so fresh that if you just leave it, it'll go bad. And don't put it in the fridge because that'll make it go stale really quickly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And like your guitar, don't put it in the trunk or that'll make your guitar go
Correct.
wacky.
Basically, I
Pretty
think
quickly.
what Kim is saying is eat it on the drive home.
Yes.
There you go.
Fight it out in the parking lot.
We'll send it in all corresponding directions.
Even
North
social
Carolina.
Everybody, we are here enjoying our time tremendously with the Mood Kings, themoodkings.com. And as I was out before the show, on your website, you've done some very cool videos and you've entered a bunch of competitions. You've been cited in the International Songwriting Competition, Raleigh Film and Arts Festival.
Cool.
But I do want to give you accolades for your award as Best Actress in a Video.
Hey, thank you.
So
Well, that's why you model, Herman.
I see the picture here, and you do a wonderful makeover, whoever did this. So tell us about what it's like to enter these festivals, about making the videos. Are you involved in the planning of those, or
Well-
because they're very good?
Thank you. And this is the part where it's going to kill Mark that he's not behind a microphone ready to talk. So
Well, he can.
He
Mark,
can
you can
step
stand
up.
up.
you just
and
make
go.
the facial expressions or come over here and tell the story, boss.
Yeah.
This is good.
All right. So
He's shot.
after
As
we
most drummers are.
after we recorded the record, we went in and did the single for Dust and Bone, and we finished it. It came out. We were like, "Wow, we're this one sounds extra good. We're really proud of it." And Mark literally sat me and Herman down, and he went, "We're going to make a music video." And of course, I'm going to date myself here. My 1980s mind went, "Well, that's going to be like $1 million. What are you talking about?" He was like, "No.
We've got to find Tawny Katane now.
We know a guy." And we sought out and found a great videographer to direct the video with us, and his name is Tony Murnahan with Strong Tone Media. And what was cool about the collaboration on that is Mark's part, who had spent some time in film school, literally wrote that whole video. Storyboarded it, everything, got Tony on the phone, Zoom call, all that kind of stuff. And this was still COVID timeline. And said, "Here's my idea, can we do this?" He said, "Yeah, we absolutely can do this." And by a bit of good luck, Mark has a family member who has that location you see in the video is actually how it looks in the real world. So
Nice.
if you haven't seen the video for Dust to Bone, please go take a look. And it was just ideal scenario for the idea Mark had. And we literally spent 2 days on site and brought Brittany, who's in the photo you're talking about.
Brittany Terranova.
Brittany Terranova came in and did a fantastic job as the focus character in the story of the video, and we got it finished and edited. I think Tony edited it one shot. I think what you see is the very first cut he did of editing the video, and we were like, yep, that's it. And we kind of put it out there, and it was Tony's insight into the film festival sort of circuit that went, hey, I could put this into some really, really cool festivals for us.
Excellent.
And submitted to quite a few, and we were beyond, not only shocked, but just thrilled to be picked, both for the song and for the video. So some of the awards were for the song itself, which obviously was the main focus, but, Mark's Baby, the music video, was awarded, equally, if not more, for what that idea became, and it's got a nice little twist to it if you get a chance to see it. So go to themoodkings.com and dig up Dust and Bone, and that's how we sort of got into the video business with our singles.
Well, a bunch of cool videos. Loretta, that you played earlier, has a video. And is there a video yet for the new one, Patches of Blue?
Yes.
Wow.
Harmon, you want to mention that one?
Yes, there is a video.
Good job.
You're so prolific. I just love it when those moments happen.
Verbose. Actually, I'm pithy.
Well, we don't need to talk about the videos anymore because everybody can get out to the website and see those. We're mainly here to enjoy as much of this fine music as we can over the next 30 minutes. So, guys, what do you have for us next?
A lot of the songs that we write, we try to get close to the heart of what we're feeling as men in our age group and who had history together and were raising families, or we're just in different chapters of life than obviously we were when we were in our early 20s when we started out. And so we try to maybe not write autobiographical songs or songs that are specifically about a particular incident, but this next song is called Texarkana. It did stem from an incident that a young Mark and I took on when we were 18, 19, I think. So Mark had the great idea of coming to my house and saying, "Listen, man, we're going to be big rock stars. Come on, pack up, let's go."
It's a good plan.
I said, where we're going? He said, "We're going to Texarkana, Texas." I said, "Oh, of course, of course."
Obviously.
So I drained my bank account of the tens of dollars that I had and loaded up his car and wrote a note for my mom telling her I was gone that she found the next day. And we made the 20-plus hour drive to Texarkana to embark on this rock star journey. And within 5 to 6 weeks, we found ourselves in an apartment that had no lights, no running water, because everything had been shut off because we couldn't pay the bills. We were fighting over coupons to buy fast food. We had no furniture because it got repossessed. And no gigs, no music at all was going on. I think there was some stuff going on, but nothing serious. And about that point, I remember we were sitting in the dark, and I said, I've got enough money to get a Greyhound back home with my tail tucked between my legs. So I did. I took a bus back home, and I think he lasted another 2 or 3 months, and then he came home eventually. So that was a good story for us to laugh over for many years. And then when we got the group together, I had a little ditty that I was working on guitar-wise, and for some reason the words Texarkana popped in my head, and this song came out of it. So it's sort of autobiographical, but there's some artistic license taken with the lyrics. But hope you enjoy it.
your bags, we leave tonight. Pull up stakes, the wells run dry. Take what's yours and leave the rest behind. Write a note and tell her you'll be fine. The tank is full and the moon is high. Get some sleep now, we'll drive all night. We're looking for salvation, crumbs of manna. Stolen hopes and dreams to Texarkana. Don't look back, it's not your fault. Where we're going, we'll be big stars, yeah. No one there to hurt you, cross my heart. Some would say we have lost our way, looking for what's ours on this highway. Funny how they'll miss you when you're away. But out here there's no time for nostalgia. We're fueled with hopes and dreams to Texarkana. Texarkana. The further away you get, the better you'll see. The time heals all your wounds, but still you bleed. Pack your bags, we leave tonight. Pull up stakes, the wells run dry. Nothing left here to leave behind. Hey, it's nickel night in Shreveport, Louisiana. We'll drown our dreams tonight in Texarkana. Be anywhere you wanna be. Be anything you wanna be. Be anyone you wanna be. the chicks are keen.
A smattering of applause. A smattering of applause.
All three people here in the audience are applauding. That's basically a standing ovation. Y'all, Mood Kings, live here in the studio. I don't think we've talked much about where you're playing next, where people can come and see you live and buy your merch and throw money at you and all that good stuff.
What street is this place on? King Street? We can be there next.
This is King Street.
On the street.
We could be there next. I guess the one we would like to really call out and mention next is still a couple of months away, but we got a wonderful opportunity presented to us in September. We're going to be opening up for Southern rock legends, the Outlaws.
All right.
Up in West Jefferson area at
Saloon Studios.
Saloon Studios.
So it must be a studio that also has a stage and invites crowds in.
That's right.
It is, and they
Very
have
nice.
both an indoor and an outdoor amphitheater area, and we'll be in the outdoor part of that. So Saloon Studios Live, I think, is where you would go if you got interest in picking up tickets. If you're familiar with the Outlaws, they've been around a while and are, considered, some of the originals in the Southern rock genre. And we're super, super excited about that. I think the date of that, September 23rd.
That is going to be a big fun time.
That
And
is a big fun time for us. We're excited about it.
I don't know if it's changed much since I lived there, but I used to live, kind of close. I was up in Todd. And
Yeah.
West Jefferson, if 20 people went into it, you're nearly tripling the population.
I know. So it's interesting that they have a venue like that bring in those artists.
Well, and it's
now.
not that far
It's
a
really
drive
cool.
from Wilkesboro, from Boone, from Sparta, from
Exactly.
There's bunches of people that live up there, so that's got to be a fantastic place to hang out.
So check that out. Get tickets. We would love to see you out there. Should be a pretty amazing night. I think that's the big one we wanted to call out for you tonight.
And folks can learn about that on themoodkings.com,
Correct.
as well as finding all the cool videos,
Yep.
buying the CDs. You guys have T-shirts.
Yep.
and,
We got
and-
merch
and
out
hats
there,
and
stickers and
all the good
shirts
stuff.
and all the good stuff. Some little Mood King picks.
Whoa.
To pick you up some cool picks. We got those too.
So how did we settle on the name the Mood Kings?
Well, we are royalty. Distantly.
Clearly.
Andrew, I think you haven't spoken once. What is the story behind the Mood Kings?
I'm the guest performer. That's
Hey, new guy, how did we get the name?
You should be schooled in this. Didn't you go to training? Mood Kings training school?
I missed it.
My
You will
goodness.
not be Mood King of the Month.
Well, we could lie and make up
I don't-
a really crafty story, or we could just tell you the truth. In that silly text stream that we have, we were discussing songs years ago, and I texted, I have some noodlings. So I was noodling around. I've got some noodlings I'm working on, and what's it called? Autocorrect changed it to Mood Kings and sent it. And we hadn't named ourselves yet, and the guys commented.
They're like, what?
And so then I hit correct, and I was like, oh no, I meant to say noodlings. And then one of the guys said, that's kind of a cool name. That's got a cool ring to it. And I was like, I looked back at it, I was like, that is kind of cool. And then we Googled around, and I was like, there's nobody named that, and we're struggling to find a name. So it stuck, and here we are. So
It was
So
meant to
thank
be.
you, autocorrect.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Great
Otherwise,
story.
we'd still be pretty nameless today, I think, if we hadn't come up with that. So
Guys, got time for at least two more songs, so
perfect.
let's jump into it.
the song song was written way back in the 90s. And for your Spanish-speaking listeners, esta canción la escribimos en las 90s, cuando yo tenía como más o menos 25 años, 26 años, y estaba fumando mucho marihuana, pero ahora no fumo mucho marihuana, ¿ok? Sorry. Sorry. This is called Patches of Blue. What would you say if I left here today? Would you be here tomorrow? Would anything change if I stayed anyway? Or would I beg, steal, or borrow? Sometimes I'm feeling like there's no concealing, and I stop believing in me. I found a way out from this hate and self-doubt. Gotta cut and run, break free. Patches of blue above me and you. And didn't we laugh until we cried? I wanna change these old memories to something new, something free. And all the walls I built with all this hate and guilt mean nothing now to me. Patches of blue above me and you. And didn't we laugh until we cried? If I could do it all again, I'd change everything, everything. If I could do it all again, I'd change everything but me. What would you say if I left here today? Would you be here tomorrow? Patches of blue always remind me of you. And didn't we laugh until we cried? Patches of blue, patches of blue above me and you. And didn't we laugh until we cried? Underneath the summer sky.
Yes. Mood Kings are just fantastic here tonight. That song was so good, Mark the drummer had to get up and stand and dance a little bit.
Feels so good.
Well, it's fantastic stuff. We're not done yet, unless you guys don't want to play any more music. We do have time for another song.
Yeah, we got one
Yeah.
more.
We've got one more we can do.
All right.
Awesome.
If we haven't bored you to death or overstayed our welcome, we can.
No, this has been fun. I would invite you to visit the venues or contact the venues, the one across the street and Nash Street Tavern. I think these
And
fellas
Kraken,
might be
absolutely.
welcome to play there, especially Yonder, and we'll put in a good word.
We will certainly share the good word and share the video, especially with Eric right across the street. He was asking me as I walked over, he said, "Who you got playing tonight?" And I said, "Hey, it's the Mood Kings." He said, "What do they like?" I said, "I'll let you know after the show."
So
The jury's still out.
don't cold call. Go through Bob, and we'll get it going for you. And I think
Yeah.
you would be perfect. Great listening
Oh,
room,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
nice intimate bar across the street, and I know they'd love to have you.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for
Oh,
that.
thank you. You guys are rocking.
Okay, our last tune for the evening. Our last song of the evening is called Dust and Bone. And this is written primarily from the thought of that no matter how well you think you know someone, whether it's a spouse or a good friend or whomever, you never truly know them. And how even those close people can surprise us with their actions, with their deeds, whether they're good or bad. We still are struck with, gosh, I thought I knew that person. And then you flip that back on yourself and you realize, do I know myself that well? And how you I surprise myself with perhaps thoughts or actions. And I go, why did I do that? I thought I knew myself better than that. This is called Dust and Bone.
I wonder if you'll read these words out loud, alone or in a crowd, without making a sound. It may come as a surprise to learn of my demise, but you never were that wise. Or was it my disguise? Saying goodbye for the first time, but you'll never be alone. When we all die for the last time, we go back to dust and bone. She's sweeping up the floor while he's dusting off the shelf. Is this our true selves? Will they buy it if we sell? Headlights in the drive, quick put on your mask. If it's not too much to ask, how much longer will this last? Waving goodbye and the first time you're alone, but never alone. When you all die for the last time, we go back to dust and bone. Dust and bone. Saying wonder if you'll read these words out loud, alone or in a crowd, without making a sound.
Oh, yes. Dear listener, you have just spent a delightful hour watching and listening to the Mood Kings live here in the Pass the Hat studios. Find out more at themoodkings.com because you want to be stalking these guys, find out where they're playing next, buying all the merch, buying all the music, watching the cool award-winning videos. But it's time for us to turn off the live stream, and we're going to spend the next half hour listening to the playlist that they built for us to listen to. They bring in whatever cool stuff is motivating them, whatever. So y'all stick around listening to WHUPFM.org or streaming on TuneIn, all
app.
the other cool places.
Yep.
But for now, y'all wave goodbye.
Thank you,
Thank
Buff.
you for having
Kim.
us.
for having
What a
us.
pleasure.